you know, anything like that?
No gigs this year. I've been so out of it with health things that it's just been impossible for me to really kind of focus on it.
Yeah, sure, of course. Yeah,
But I'd like to do some maybe some solo acoustic things next year.
yeah,
But the thing that we do want to do is Nathan has just gotten his visa approved, and
yeah,
he is looking at getting a job in based out of Florida
yeah.
on cruise ships. So that would allow him on his breaks to it's like super cheap to fly from Orlando to here. It's like $40 round trip or one way,
Huh?
sorry. And he could come up here and we could all kind of meet centrally and rehearse. We could do some gigs, do some
Yeah.
writing, recording together. So it'll be much nicer than the way that we're doing it right now. So
What's he doing on the ships?
music. So he'll just be a guy that's sitting in the alcove playing everybody's top favorite hits from the
Oh, right.
'70s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody's talking at me. I
Yeah.
don't hear a word they're saying, only the echoes of my mind. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So with an Australian accent, of course.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been really interesting too since we invited Carrie to be a part of the band as well. So it definitely is taking a new vibe. You may be able to kind of detect some of that in some of the tracks I've shared with you because she's been able to lay her vocals on top of it, and it definitely gives us a different vibe, more of a not necessarily in terms of the style, but in terms of just the vocal vibe, more of a kind of Fleetwood Mac kind of feel, where anybody could sing a lead at any point. You can kind of trade things off. So um, yeah, so it's definitely different. She's got very much a um, I think she sounds like Alanis, but she has a very distinctive, very pleasant, very voice to listen to, and she blends well with all of us. So yeah.
Mm. And where's she?
She is in Arkansas, so she's about 6 hours away from me.
Mm. Wow, you're such an international band.
Well, I don't know if it's international, but we're she is from the states, but she grew up in Australia as well. So
All right, so she speaks the language.
she does. Yeah, you can hear
Yeah,
it come out every once in a while.
yeah. And I said international because I always thought of Arkansas as another country. Um,
It is. Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah.
I mean, even the way it's pronounced is bizarre.
Instead of Arkansas,
Yeah, what's that all about? You know, what is that all about?
it's American English, I suppose.
Yeah, but I mean, to have Kansas and then Arkansas with consor spelled the same as Kansas, it's just really strange.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's why I call Missouri misery. So
Right. Misery, yeah. Of course, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Did you get any good Chrissy prezzies? Oh, you did. You got the thing for the hooks for the thingy.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I think I'm gonna hang it up in here in the room and use it for guitar chords and things. So
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
that was
yeah,
about it. We were
yeah,
it was the a season of austerity because inflation is crazy here. So
yeah,
nobody's
yeah,
spending a lot of money these days.
yeah. What about New Year? What you doing for New Year?
Say that again.
What you doing for New Year?
We're just staying at home. So nothing
Right.
exciting.
Yeah.
Nothing
No.
exciting. So we're old and probably will be in bed by 11.
Right. I was just talking to Jeff in Ohio
Yeah.
just before you, and he said to me, he said, his sister-in-law used to do a Greenwich Mean Time New Year's party.
Oh yeah.
So they'd go around to her house, and at 7 o'clock, they'd do a big countdown, and then, oh, woo, happy year, woo!
Yeah.
So everybody could be home by 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Well, my wife's family's in Spain, so they call us whenever they're celebrating, and that's more or less when we'll celebrate as well. So.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, so what's it's 7 hours difference, is it?
Yeah.
6?
Yeah, 6 or 7, depending on the time of the year.
Right, yeah. Where are they again? Whereabouts in Spain are they?
Valencia.
Ah, Valencia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I've played there a couple of times with a couple of different bands.
Oh, it's hot.
Mm.
So hot there.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just in Spain playing. We were just...
Yeah, I saw. That's great.
Yeah, we played in Leon and we played in Lugo, which are kind of both cities within, decent driving distance of the Portuguese, where we live in Portugal, which is only an hour away from Spain anyway.
Yeah.
So that was really good. We had a couple of nice gigs with some... I got to speak Spanish to the audience, which was kind of fun. It was great.
I guess so. Sure.
Yeah.
International man. And is the French going well for you? Are you still plugging along with it?
Well, I've been doing Duolingo Spanish because I've been sort of closer to Spain, so I've been sort of jumping onto the Spanish, trying to sort of, get a little bit more solid on that. Olivia's going nuts with Portuguese. She speaks Portuguese so well already. She speaks Portuguese so well that she thinks she doesn't speak it at all.
Mm.
The more you know, the less you realize you know syndrome.
Dunning-Kruger effect. So
yeah,
it's the opposite of that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's interesting you said the Dunning-Kruger effect. I only found out about what that was about a week ago.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I didn't. It's really weird that you should say that to me now because I know what it is. But a week ago, I didn't know what it was, and I told Sarah, our friend here, and Olivia about it, and they went, "Oh, what's that?" And I explained what it was, and then you just said it. There you go. This is the thing. As soon as you learn something, you hear it, and if you didn't know about it, you don't hear it. That's my theory.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Good.
So, are you not doing any? So it's all band stuff, is it? It's these days, or at the moment, or what? What's the?
No.
How do you see it?
At the moment, by light of day is done and buried. They're all separate and doing their own different things, and J Baby is doing nothing, just sitting in his apartment, doing nothing. So Dave's gone back to, the drummer has gone back to playing his 1950s rock and roll nostalgia act. So,
Yeah.
And then
So what's J Baby's story though? What's going on with him? Is he just?
He's a good kid. He's just on the spectrum, and I would never want. I don't really expect him to start anything on his own. I just don't.
Yeah.
He's super talented, but he just doesn't have the drive to do anything. So.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Huh.
he lives about a mile from me, and I've tried to reach out to him a couple of times to try to encourage him to do something, and I've invited him a couple of times over to come to record a few lines for us. But he kind of keeps to himself. So.
Oh, well, I guess some people, I was just writing about that in the blog yesterday. I don't know if you saw yesterday's blog, but I was writing about how some people find it difficult to communicate with strangers. If I was saying that when I go to the coffee shop, one of the guys in the coffee shop, you can say, "Hey, how's it going, man? What's going on?" He says, "Yeah, fine. How are you? Fine. Good to see you again." And the other guy say, "Hey, how's it going, man? It's good to see you again." And he's like, "Yeah. And it's like it doesn't matter how easy on him you are without overpowering him with personality and questions.
Right.
It's just impossible to get through to him. He's just not there.
Yeah.
You know, not that he's weird, or not that he's got a problem, or not that he's got any issues. He's just not that kind of personality. You know,
Right.
it's just difficult to communicate with him. Maybe not as a family member or as a girlfriend, or maybe not. You know, but as far as dealing with a stranger, and maybe a foreign stranger, he's kind of like, you know, finds it really difficult to just exchange the time of day. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, you know, so some people can and some people can't, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
some people are more comfortable in that world than others. I guess that's what it is.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
Yeah, man. Okay, so I listened to these tracks. I listened to these 2 tracks. Was I supposed to listen to more than 2? No.
When did you listen to them? I put new mixes up today, but
Oh, did you? I
they're
listened
not
to.
a significant departure, but there's some. We were going to talk a little bit about where we are with Cold in the Daylight, Let Me Die, and Fade.
Okay, I didn't listen to Cold in the Daylight. I listened to Let Me Die and Fade. Brian, let me just pull that, because when I restarted my computer, of course, everything
Sure, no
disappeared.
problem.
Yeah, so,
The last time we talked, you had listened to Cold, but we hadn't put any of Carrie's vocals on it yet.
oh, right, okay, well, I haven't listened to that one with the vocals. Where's the mail with the link? Where's the mail with the link?
I can put it in the chat if you want.
Yeah, put it in the chat, 'cause I can't see it in your mails. I'm sure I got it from one of your mails, but I can't see it in the
Yeah, no
at the
problem.
moment. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Right, there you go. So have I heard these since? Yeah, I think uh, I think I did notice a difference with these mixes actually.
Okay.
Something better on them than before, because I listened to them a couple of days ago or whenever it was, and I thought there was an improvement from what I heard. I was going to make notes about some things I thought that I'd noticed, and then when I listened to them again, I thought, oh, wait a minute, I don't notice that anymore, so maybe you must have changed something in the mix.
Yeah, constantly tweaking. That's the thing with 4 cooks in the Facebook kitchen. You know, you can easily change things, and a lot of things can get changed really quickly. So
yeah. One thing I did think though, I thought that, I mean, I think even on this latest mix, was the vocals sound really loud. Oh man, loud in the mix.
on both the songs.
Did you not see that? Yeah, I thought the vocals were loud.
Yeah, and that's probably. I mean, it's not professionally mixed yet, obviously.
No, sure.
Yeah.
I get that.
All right.
Yeah. Mainly on Let Me Die with a Smile on My Face, thought the vocal was really loud on that in relation to the band.
Yeah.
I thought that some real balancing needs to go on, or decisions about where you want vocals to be in relation to the band. I mean, these are decisions. I mean, if you listen to, I'm sure you don't listen to Def Leppard, but if you listen to Def Leppard, the vocals are like buried.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then you listen to somebody else, and the vocals are right up front, and the band is way behind. So it's just a taste thing, really.
Yeah.
And
there are some really good guitar licks that I'm very proud of on that track. That I'd hate to get lost.
Yeah, good one. Yeah, definitely. But it's not. But it wasn't. But that's not what was buried. It was kind of everything else. It was actually everything but the guitar licks.
Yeah. Huh.
You know,
Yeah.
it was like the guitar lick was kind of pretty present, but it was like the backing, you know, drums, bass, rhythm. You know,
Yeah.
the kind of the basic thing.
Sure.
You know, the fundamental was kind of like quite behind the you know, those two lead elements in the track, I thought. Let me just click on that. Oops. Yeah. I'm going to listen to it a bit on my headphones because obviously I don't have the. Oh yeah, that's better. Let me just stop that and get this sorted out. Because obviously I'm not in my studio in with my HS7 powered monitors and the sweet spot and my nice chair sitting there, getting a real good perspective of things.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm here in the Airbnb with a very small little speaker and my noise cancellation headphones, and that's it. I probably should, in the future, I should probably bring my studio headphones with me because, you know, obviously a different sound as well for these. You know, it's like the headphones that you're wearing at the moment.
Sure.
Or I should get some from the studio here, just borrow them for when I'm listening to tracks. But yeah, let me just listen to a bit of this. Yeah, first thing is the bass way louder in these than it was listening on my speaker. Like 4 times louder in these than it is on my speaker.
Yeah.
So, you know, let me just carry on here.
Think of me in a white suit, in a blue car, in a fancy place with a fancy name that makes you wish you had a better life. Think of me in a jet plane, in a comfy chair, journey bound to a place where the privileged talk with the plum in their mouth. Think of me bathing with dolphins and other fish that don't want to eat you in a crystal clear ocean. Think of me laying in a field of azure next to a girl in a darling dress who apparently finds you interesting. Let me die with
Is there acoustics on this?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Is there acoustics on this?
Yeah, they're just kind of buried.
Yeah, they sound really buried. It sounds to me like, I mean, you know, this is probably the headphones don't help with the bass. Very bassy, vocal loud, hear the guitar lines. The rhythm electric guitar sounds kind of smallish,
Yeah.
you know, and the acoustics are not there, like, at all.
I think they're there. I think we come in on the chorus, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just felt like, okay, let me listen on.
smile on my face. Lie, 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 sounds so right. Lie, 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 one last time. Lie, 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 if you don't mind. Just let me, just let me. Think of me saintly, performing miracles in the name of God. Clumsy me, I drop my pen again. Think think of me demure, smartly dressed in night attire. Everybody needs a naughty face to a saintly name. Let me die with a smile on my face. Lie, sounds so right.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I think about this. I think, let me just take you, headphones off. There's a couple of things to think about it. That in the chorus, first thing is, in the chorus, there's this like these emphasized bits, but you kind of just carry on playing through them or something. You don't sort of go, you know, you sort of go, it goes ba, 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 and you sort of go, you know, you sort of, you know what I mean? You sort of go, you do, I can hear that you are acknowledging the ba, ba, ba,
Right.
but then you kind of like play through it, you know. I just wonder why you just don't actually emphasize it, and that is a hook, like a rhythm hook, because you're playing a lot of this electric guitar, you know, it goes ba ba ba, and you go, you know, you don't sort of go, you know?
Yeah.
You sort of like play through the rhythm hook in the chorus on the electric guitar. You with me?
I'm thinking of what that would sound like.
Mm-hmm.
So you think I should just continue on with what I'm doing there?
I just don't know why you don't emphasize it more and break it up.
Well, I thought it was on the rhythm.
Doesn't sound like that to me. It sounds like you're playing through it.
Yeah, I do the stop. I mean, I can go back and double check.
Yeah.
But I'm
There's
doing-
something that carries on.
I mean, it could be the synth.
Me, I'll drop my pen.
Maybe that's what it is. There's something that carries on. Let me just have a little more detail.
If you
Hang on.
don't mind,
Maybe the
just
synth.
let me, just let me, just let me, just let me.
Yeah. I think it's just that I just think it's that you play. I can hear the synth there now, and now you've drawn my attention to it. What's the chord?
It's a B flat major 7. It's
Oh yeah. Oh. This. Right. So it sounds like you're going. It sounds like you're going. Da, da, da. What's the chord before it?
let's see.
Yeah. So da, da, da. Yeah, I think it's that you're going. I think it's what you're doing is you're going. Oh. You're going. Like, you know what I mean? Continuing on with the rhythm. You're kind of doing that.
So maybe just go.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want it to be a gaping hole that sounds weird.
Yeah.
So you might have to look at whether that works or not.
Uh-huh.
But it just feels like the way it's filled up with. Feels like it's too much, you know.
Okay. All right.
You know, so just look at that first, because you know, you've always got to think about. It's not just melodic hooks; it's rhythm hooks as well. You know, it's like singing. You know, you sort of have there's singing a melody, there's singing a word, there's singing a word, there's singing a melody, there's expressing it, there's the tone of your voice, but there's also the rhythm of the melody that you sing within a song. Right?
Yeah.
And how that rhythm works is crucial to it too. You know, you got to be able to, you know, I was going to say infest. I'm not quite sure if that's the right word, but you got to kind of infest the song with your thing, you know, and the rhythm of the voice. Mm-hmm. Is another element beyond your voice, your melody, your words, the tone of your voice, but how the rhythm of the voice fits in with, you know, with the rhythm of the track is kind of an important thing, because that all adds to the magic of it all, you know. Right. And sometimes I think sometimes in songs it's like they're simple things, but they're rhythm hooks. You know, and you've got a rhythm hook in the middle of this song somewhere that goes ba ba ba, right?
Yep.
But it doesn't kind of stand out really, and it feels like it wants to. It feels like it's washed over. That's the word. Mm-hmm. It feels like you've washed over it. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's one thing, one little aspect about it. You know, have a look at that, see what you think, see if you agree with that point or not. You know, okay. You know, analyze it a little bit.
Okay.
The other thing is, at the end of the song, you've got this. So the what's the guitar part at the end of the song, at the outro? It's more than just chords. It's like some kind of arpeggio.
Yeah, let me. So you're hearing the harpsichord doing arpeggios while the guitar is just continuing the same rhythmic riff. Dum dum ba dum ba dum dum da da. You know.
So it's a harpsichord.
It's a harpsichord, yes.
Let me listen to it now, knowing that. Hang on.
That was previously buried in the mix, and we just kind of brought it out this last mix.
All right. What?
I know what you're hearing. It's the Rickenbacker doing arpeggios as well.
Ba-ba-dam, bam, bam, ba-bam, ba-ba-ba-bam. All right.
Yeah.
I'm asking myself, why is that not happening earlier?
You're asking yourself what?
Why is that not happening earlier?
It is happening earlier on the second verse.
Second verse?
I find you interesting. Think of me and again. Think of me, demure, smart.
Okay, I hear it.
God, clumsy me, I drop my pen again. Think of me demure, smartly dressed in night attire.
Just listening. You know what? I just think that you've got a. I just think you've got an opportunity here in this chorus to smith it up more,
Mm-hmm.
and not make it so driving through electric rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
It just washes over it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you Johnny Marr it more. You know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just kind of like driving through the whole thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as any of those arpeggio things happen, I don't know, it all kind of sounds better to me.
Yeah.
You know what? I've just done a track with somebody, a sessioneer in the studio here in which I'm continuing working with him when he comes next month. And I sent it to the mixer guy, and I put an electric guitar on there in the verse, playing the rhythm, and I put an acoustic guitar on the verse, playing the rhythm. And when he sent the mix back, he sent the mix back with the electric guitar as the dominant instrument in the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it's my fault really for not. Maybe I wasn't sure what I wanted, but when I heard it back, I was like, no, the electric guitar shouldn't be the feature rhythm. The acoustic guitar should be the feature rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you could put the electric guitar behind the acoustic too,
Mm-hmm.
but you put the acoustic behind the electric because it changes the whole atmosphere of the track. You know.
Yeah.
So, so my point is that sometimes in a song, in my experience, when you've got a relentless electric rhythm guitar,
Mm-hmm.
then it kind of washes away everything else.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's really only happening in the chorus, though, right?
Yes. Oh yeah. But I think the arpeggio is probably too quiet in the verse, right?
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
and the rhythm electric is too loud in the chorus or too dominant,
Yeah.
or not necessarily shouldn't necessarily be the driving force
Mm-hmm.
of the chorus, or it should be tempered a little bit with a more of a Johnny Marr-ish kind of, the kind of arpeggios that he does.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do come to rhythm hooks in the chorus, you should take advantage of them.
Yeah. So you think the hooks are okay? Just figure out a different approach to the electric in the chorus. Is that kind of what you're suggesting?
Yes. I think it's a bit wishy-washy in the chorus with the electric guitar driving it high like that and missing out on little characterful little moments. And I think you could make more of the instrumentation in the chorus with other guitar parts.
Okay. All right.
You know.
All right. Something to think about. Take back to the
Yeah,
drawing
let me
board.
let me just listen a bit earlier on.
Yeah.
This part's really loud. It's good. Yeah, and one of those, you know how I like to nitpick. One of those harmonic notes at 52 doesn't sound like quite the right note to me.
At 52 seconds?
Yeah.
In which instrument?
On the electric guitar, you're going do, 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 boom, boom, boom. Right?
Okay.
Is that just...
I'm going to listen real quick.
Yeah, you go dum dum dum
In a
dum.
crystal clear
Sounds to me like you're playing a
Taking
major over
me
a minor
bathing
or
with
something there.
dolphins.
Oh, it's intentionally dissonant, by the way.
It is?
Yes.
Well, you're succeeding. I noticed it.
It's meant to kind of grab the ear a little bit. Is it too green, you think?
Yeah, it sounded to me like it was the wrong note. You know, it sounded like it was like I don't know. I mean, you know me, I'm not a scale guy, but it sounded to me like it was like a major over a minor or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so think about that. It's up to you, but think about it. Listening on.
And other fish that don't want to meet you in a crystal clear ocean. Think of me laying in a field of azure next to a girl in a darling dress who apparently finds you interesting. Let me die with a smile on my face. Lie, 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 it sounds so right. Lie, lie,
Yeah, it's
lie.
like just back to the chorus again. It's like everything you're achieving with the electric guitar in the rhythm on the chorus. I feel like you could achieve exactly the same thing dynamically with an arpeggio, because it's not the same arpeggio as the verse. It's a different feel, you know. So that's what you're playing on the chord. You could be going down, 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 you know,
Yeah.
sort of, instead of vam, 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 vam,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Then it wouldn't be so washy,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, is it just a G?
Yeah, it's just a G to a D to an A minor.
Let me just, if you would just indulge me for a sec.
Yep.
Got to get a pick. Hang on. I just got to get a pick. Hang on.
All right.
I just have my picks in my other pants. Pants. It's a word I've learned in America. Pants.
Yes.
It's really flat, this guitar. Oh my god. I guess the strings in you. That's why. Was it G, D, A minor?
Yes. Yeah, and then D without the 3.
So. You know what I mean? That's not exact.
Right. Yeah. Do you think should I do it on the Rickenbacker, or should I just stick with the Jaguar?
Well, you might want to. The thing is with the Rickenbacker is that it's sort of frequency-wise, it kind of sits in this very high Mount Everest frequency.
Right.
And what I often do is when it's necessary, I'll double it with the Jazzmaster.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You know? So you've got that beautiful Mount Everest purified air sparkle, right? But you've just got a little bit of a ground bass in there as well, so that it just fly away into the ether, you know. So
you're giving away the tricks of the trade, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's right. Yeah. But the thing is, you know, I always say this to everybody. You just got to use your ears when it happens. You can't sort of go, wow, my Rickenbacker 12-string is so lovely. It's so sparkly. It's so great. It's so brilliant for arpeggios, without objectively seeing if it's, you know, doing what is asked of the part, you know, and the dynamic in the song. Yeah. Because sometimes you need to have a little bit more grounding in it. I've done songs with the Rickenbacker 12-string, like No Explanation on the X Band, where it's the other guitarist is playing rhythms, and I'm doing all the arpeggios on the Rickenbacker 12-string. It's really up front, and it's really unbelievably Rickenbacker 12-stringy. But it works for that song, you know. Another one is So Look at You, stand full of money like you. What's that one called? Early to the. You know that.
Yeah.
You know, it's enough being a 12-string.
Right.
You don't need to double that with a 6-string part, because it's just like, oh, I'm so a 12-string part that I work. But sometimes in this song it feels like, because of the nature of the chorus, that if you do, which is maybe why you sort of drove it through with a rhythm electric guitar, you know. Yeah. Feels like if you are going to drive it through with an arpeggio, it might need a little bit more substance in it than just the Rickenbacker 12-string doing it, you know. And maybe your rhythm guitar is a subtle acoustic, which isn't too dominant, but is just doing, going. Down, down, dum, down, down, da da dum, down, 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 da da dum, down, 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 da da dum. You know. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Sure. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a great idea to take to the drawing board.
Yeah, but you know, it's about a few things: textures, its placement, its dynamics. It's not washing out what's happening in the chorus. I mean, sometimes you can put acoustic guitars too loud, and it just kind of washes everything away.
Sure.
you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the rules don't apply every time to every situation.
Sure.
The rules change. That's what's great about music. The rules change. And you know what? The rules change when you get in the hands of a different person. That's why it's interesting with cover versions of songs. You get a classic song and 10 people have covered it, and you listen to Sting's version of America, or Bowie's version of America, or Simon and Garfunkel's original, or First Aid Kit's version of America, and they're all completely different interpretations of the song. So the song is the song, but there's different ways of doing it depending on who you are and how you see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you can also do it wrong, right?
Right. Yeah.
You can also do it badly. You can also kind of miss something about it where somebody else might say, "Well, don't you think you should have done that there? I understand that you've interpreted it in this way, but don't you think that would have been better if you'd done that?" So it's all this thing about the multifaceted aspects of songs, the multifaceted aspects of one chorus in one song with one person singing it, one person writing it, and one person playing the guitar, and the tuning and the rhythms and the dynamics and it just goes on and on and on. And what we love about music, in music that we love, is when you hear it back and you go, "Oh my God, that's so great," because everything that you like is done right,
Sure.
Whether it's punk rock or progressive rock or Celine Dion, you hear it and you go, "Wow, shit, that's really done well. That's exactly what it needed,"
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's that one.
The vocal outro, what do you think?
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that, I don't think.
Obviously really layered.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. Tuning all right in it? Have you soloed it against itself?
What's that?
Have you soloed it against itself? Check your tuning
Of what instruments?
of the vocals.
Yeah, everything is tuned to right on pitch.
Yeah, okay. Just make sure that timing and tuning are just in, because if they're not, when you proper mix, you're going to go, like my problem with the other track.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I felt like it wasn't quite right pitch-wise in a couple of places.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it stuck out.
Yeah.
I can hear how people hear it differently, but to me, to my ears, it stuck out as being, whoa, woo, that chorus, whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah.
So, I know you're not trying to be Steely Dan, but Steely Dan would never let you get away with it,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough.
It's a bad example because, they're Steely Dan.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah. Amazing. But apparently they just recorded songs, they spent 3 days on a verse.
Ugh. Gross.
But not in the end.
Yeah, that's true.
On Fade, I was thinking, I'm not sure about what it is with what's her name, Carrie? Did you
Carrie,
say?
yes.
Carrie or Carrie?
Kari, Carrie.
Carey. Okay. I'm not sure what it is with Carey's voice on this. Sounds better. This mix. It sounds better mixed than the first one that I heard of it. But I think there's something in the tone of her voice, which is an EQ, which is up to you to sort out.
Yeah.
EQ doesn't sound quite right to me. It sounds like she's a bit middly or something. It's a bit like there's like some richness there that should be there that isn't. I don't know if that's her, the recording, or the EQing of it at a later date. Do you know what I mean about that?
Yeah, I mean, flat to me, it's probably just flat. I haven't put any EQ in that on her in that mix. It's just a real rough thing. So I probably rolled off the bottoms, and that's about it. So.
Yeah, well, I think that definitely needs looking at. That's a crucial part of the song, that her voice being, carrying the song,
mm-hmm.
and the quality of the tone, excuse me, I think it probably is just simply down to EQ.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound like the EQ is right. It sounds kind of boring or bland or ordinary or something,
mm-hmm.
It just needs to be sorted out.
Sure.
And putting it where it, putting it, root beer, blame the root beer, putting it where it needs to be in the picture, in the balance between the other instruments. And again, this is one where, let me just listen a bit on the headphones. I can't believe how much bass is coming out of these headphones. Isn't that bassy for you? Is it very bassy for you?
No, not terribly to me.
Just so
we call this song.
Pardon?
I was going to say we called this song the Unfinishable Song because Nathan and I were going to put it on the first EP and then we shelved it because we didn't like the lyric, and so went back to the drawing board and wrote a new verse and a new chorus, but could never come up with the second verse. So we gave it to Carey as her hazing ritual to join the band, and she came up with the second verse, and I think it's great. So.
Oh, good. That's good. That's cool. There's a bit of a melody thing for me, which is a bit funny in the second verse, though. I've got to say.
Yeah.
Which I don't think quite works. Yeah, that's just a bit where she goes, 211, where she goes, not the high bit, not when she slips up to the high bit, but it just seems, that bit, it just seems that note there.
She's kind of bluesing it, isn't she?
Yeah, she's bluesing it, and I don't think she should.
Okay.
Because it's not asking for that,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, she does it. She's embracing the various secrets. 226.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Because she doesn't do it the first time. Let's listening, first verse. Hang on. That's you. That's you. Oh. That's you, right?
First verse is me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think you've got a better melody sense of this song than she does in the second verse, because I think that bluesing it isn't what it wants. It's more that than you know, than whatever it is that she does there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think it's, you know, I think you're sort of more airy. I don't know what the word is, but as soon as it gets that bluesy, those couple of blues, as soon as it gets those couple of bluesy notes in there, it sort of takes it somewhere else immediately. It's like other image, other world, bang, you know.
Down to the bayou.
Yeah, straight away. You know, you're straight out of you know, pastoral psychedelic London 1967 to, you know, Florida Keys.
But I mean, she could even go, instead of going to that flat third, she could go to the natural third and da 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 da. I mean, that would fix it.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, that's it. Just, I mean, don't sing the blues note.
Yeah. Okay. I'll throw it out there. I can manually manipulate that note. So.
Yeah. You could even mess with it to see what it sounds like by messing with it and seeing what happens.
And that's what we did for me in the first verse.
Yeah.
Because there was a note. Nathan had an idea yesterday, and he said, "What if you went to a C natural instead of a C sharp there in the first verse?" And it sounds totally different to my ears. You know, after you've heard it a million times one way, but everybody likes it, so we're good.
Yeah. Well, I didn't notice anything wrong with it in the first verse.
Okay, cool, great.
You know. But there's also a bit of a sort of reverb doesn't sound quite right on her verse. I know we've already talked about that, but it sounds a bit too cavernous or something, or you know, it needs to be more natural than that, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, we just listen on.
Yeah.
I also think that Nathan, when he comes in, I think the harmony section is really good. Is that you and her, or is it you and you, or you and him? What's that?
You mean on the middle eight?
On 1 minute 15.
Checking.
End of first verse. Before Nathan comes on, end of the chorus or verse or bridge. Before Nathan comes in. That's great. That sounds great. It really works. Really, the blend is good. The melodies, timing, everything's really good there. But when Nathan comes in, which I think is good, it's an interesting idea. But, you know, I mean, you know, nitpicky me. I don't know. It just doesn't sound like he sings "Stop" quite in tune for me on 1 minute 17. Why the Velvet won't stop setting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He is going to re-record the choruses, by the way. So.
Pardon?
He is going to re-record this vocal. This is just a demo vocal.
Oh, okay. because on 117 when he sings "Stop," I feel like he's got to go ba 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 da won't stop setting, right?
Yeah.
And he's singing da won't stop setting.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You know, just a little thing, but oh my God, it just, to my ears, see, because the other problem for me is when I hear things like this, is that I can hear that it's just, to me, it's something that's been missed. I know this is a guide vocal, so it's a moot point, really.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when I hear that thing and I hear him doing it right, and then I hear just a slight thing that he's missing, God, you could have just, if you'd just done that, that would have been way better, you know?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. And I just hear on that, oh, stop, you know, God, sing that note.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You know.
Yep.
I know it drives you nuts, but the fact is,
I mean, these are the little things, you know?
Yeah. But when I hear your vocal in the harmonies that happened before this, it sounds perfect to me. It sounds exactly what it should be. The timing is right, the melody is right, the tuning is right, you know, and then he comes in and he sings one note that's a bit flat, and it's like, disappointed.
Yeah.
You know?
And because this is a guide vocal, I didn't take the painstaking time to auto-tune it.
No, sure. It's all good. Just me being, you know, thorough.
Marty being Marty.
Marty being Marty, yeah. Listening on. The whole track sounds very verby to me. Is it something happening with the internet, or is it very verby in the vocals?
Yeah, the vocals may have a little too much verb on them. Sure.
Yeah,
It's possible.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's, you know. Okay, yeah. Make more of the solo.
Say it again?
I think you could make more of the solo.
Like longer or shorter, or not shorter?
Well, it's a bit plain.
Yeah.
You know?
So like Johnny Marr solos.
well, he doesn't really. He's one of those guys that's scared of playing solos.
Yeah, well,
kind of like. Yeah. Fair enough.
Got to remember, I've got to play this live one day. You know.
Yeah. Right. It's like The Edge. You know.
Yeah.
The Edge is so scared of playing a solo. He really is.
Yeah.
In case somebody says, "Oh my God, I know what you're doing," you know. You're a blues guy. Oh, you're not a blues guy. Oh my Lord, now I haven't discovered what you are. So for me, the Edge is just this rhythm. Is just this rhythm player.
He's a masterful rhythm player.
Yeah. I'm not knocking his rhythm playing, but he, you know, I mean, I'm a rhythm player too, but I play, you know, my own personal, interesting, you know, invented my own style solos as well. I don't really. I can do something melodical, bluesy, or anything. It always sounds like me. Yeah. Have you heard the Bluebird record yet?
Yeah, I've heard some of it. It's really good. really good.
Yeah.
Craig, you and Craig did a great job on it.
Yeah, it's super cool. You should get a copy of that if you feel like it.
Yeah.
Because they only made 100 vinyls.
I only made 100 vinyls of mine. I'm still sitting on about 70. So,
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Well, you didn't know what was going to happen, did you? You would have sold those if the band had continued.
yeah, possibly. Sure.
Yeah. 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 Well, you know, I still think it's a good record.
I do too. I think it's a very good record. But
Yeah.
you know, sometimes it's timing and
Yeah.
audience and all of those things. I mean, if Simpletons goes on the road,
Yeah.
I'll bring a box of them. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, you can always sell by the light of day records on Simpletons tours, and you can, you know, you don't have to sell them for $25. You can just get your money back and sell them for a tenner. You know.
yep, sure, it's cheap enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So the solo.
It's just a little 4-bar thing.
And then there's a big gap between where the solo ends and where the guitar riff comes back in. Obviously, I've got a 12 string, so I can't bend like you. Is that it?
Yep.
Yeah. Oops.
Am I frozen for you?
What'd you say?
Nothing. You said whoops, and
No, it's me. I went to the wrong screen. Sorry.
oh, okay.
Right. Yes. How are you on slide?
I'm not certain that I've ever done it, but it's kind of calling for a slide, isn't it?
Yeah. It sounds like it should be. Brow, 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 brow. Brow, 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 brow. And then brow, 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 brow. Brow. And then it's missing the last note at the moment because that's that gap between where the next riff comes in. So brow, 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 brow.
Mm-hmm.
Ending on the G.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I'll try it on the slide.
Okay. I'll see what happens.
Yeah, and would it work ending on the G? Does that go back into the next section, or would that be weird?
No, because it's a key change anyway.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is slide. Probably from E, actually. So you go. Yeah, so you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Side up, maybe?
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. You know, I have some pedal steel samplers that might be interesting.
Oh, yeah. That would be great. Yeah. Try that.
Wow. Okay. If I can't find a Chorus Eden bottle.
Yeah, right. Sure, you've got a whole lot of empty beer bottles in the backyard, haven't you?
We'll find something.
Don't cut your fingers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very George Harrison, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's what it needs. It needs a George Harrison solo.
Yeah. Did you like the new single? We haven't talked about this. Now and Then.
It grew on me. I bought the 12-inch. I listened to it. I sort of,
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
It was all right. But it just sounded like we should have been. I think somebody even said it in a review somewhere. This should have been on Anthology 2.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. The technology, though, to be able to isolate, it's amazing. Just utterly crazy.
I know. Yeah. We don't need you want new Beatles albums? Well, no problem. We just create them.
Yeah. I don't think we want that.
No. Well, have you heard John Lennon singing Yesterday? Did you ever hear that?
Yeah, I've heard all of the dumb renditions with AI. It's just not music to me.
No, that's true. I try and avoid it at every turn. But I'm the kind of person that tries to avoid plugins at every turn as well.
Sure. Yeah.
I try and do it with my guitar and my old-fashioned analog effects and my Vox AC30s. So
it's like the other day we were working on a piece and somebody said, "Hey, how about a sitar sound there?" And our keyboard player, she said, "Let me try something on sitar." No. I've got a bouzouki. I can do this.
All right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's right. Use the real thing.
Yeah. Funny. But I think that the new vocal, other than what you said to change, I think that the new lyrics and vocals fit the song a little bit better. It just felt like the groove was something I couldn't throw away.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good groove. I would just make sure you get the style right. You've got a lot going on here with styles. You've got 3 different singers, right? All doing their thing in different parts of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
You got you singing the verse, then you got you doing the harmonies, then you've got Nathan taking over, then you've got Carrie taking over in the second verse, then you've got the chorus where she sings one line and Nathan sings the other.
Yeah.
You got to really be careful you really get that right, because it's and I'm talking about, because just from the verb point of view, it all sounds a bit too verby for me at the moment.
Sure.
It takes it somewhere else because the verb, on her voice, the verb sounds like 60s girl singer.
Yeah.
Which maybe isn't quite right. Yeah, it should be more Natalie Merchant, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
You know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that. And the other one I didn't listen to, so I should listen to it now.
Okay.
It's called Cold in the Daylight.
Cold in the Daylight, yeah. It's got some of her vocals strapped on top. You've heard it before, but this has her vocals added to it.
Well, as harmonies, you mean?
Harmonies, and she's actually singing a little bit more than just the well, you'll hear when you listen. This is going to be, by the way, we're thinking this is the next single for February. So.
Okay. All right. I'll listen.
She's like a butterfly in a hurricane. She's always looking for someone else to blame. She's so pretty.
Here we go. Got that.
Pretty now. She's always looking for someone else to blame. She's so pretty. So pretty now. She's always running to keep herself awake. She turned to kill if only to escape. She's so pretty. So pretty now. She's been shivering, I've been wandering over. She's been shivering, I've been wandering over.
You're awful quiet.
Sorry?
You're awful quiet.
No, I just listened to it all the way through. I just listened to it from beginning to end.
Right.
No, I think it's great. I really like it. It's a cool song. I'm glad to hear that you got the harmonies right there in time and in tune.
Yeah.
You know, because if that was a little bit out, it would be bad. You know, it has to be right,
Yep.
and it is, and I'm happy. You know.
All right, I'm going to ask you one thing.
Because if it was this instead of this, it would be, I'd be tearing my hair out, you know.
Sure, we don't want that. So here's the question: Nathan is not happy with his vocal on this song.
Right. Because
He just doesn't feel like
Generally.
he feels like he could have put more energy into it.
well, you know, one thing I noticed about it, I don't know if this is this SoundCloud link or my headphones. It sounds so, I don't know, everything sounds so narrow. It must be. Let me just listen to one thing on Spotify just for a second before I just answer that question. Hang on. Just to get a perspective. Hang on.
Yep.
What's I listen to? Something with electric, with 12 strings. Let's say the Smithereens. Let's listen to the Smithereens.
A girl like you?
Yeah, could be, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's very distorted, actually.
She gets so cold in the day and night.
Here we go. I'm listening to Cut Flowers, which is a very 12-stringy track. From the same album, 11. Okay, when I listen to that, and then I listen to the SoundCloud, yeah, you know, it just must be, the SoundCloud link is so narrow and small and compressed and
Yeah.
you know, there's no width, in it at all.
You mean stereo wise?
Yeah, it just sounds boxy and small.
Yeah. And part of that is going to be my mix, you know, because I'm not a very good mixer, but I do know that SoundCloud does, they limit everything to to 0 dB,
Right.
you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, have a listen to it and then listen to Cutting Flowers by the Smithereens
Yeah. Yeah.
on 11 and just compare what you think I might be hearing versus
Mhm.
what you might be hearing, you know what I mean?
Sure.
As far as an overall quality of mix.
Yeah. I do know, I can tell you all the guitars are track stereo.
Yeah.
And when I say track stereo, what I mean is that I've done independent, identical guitar parts left and right,
Yeah.
which is fake stereo, but you know what I mean. That to get that depth.
Yeah.
So. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Just sounds small and boxy to me, but I'm pretty sure that's not your fault.
Yeah.
But compare it yourself. Listen to it. Man, you don't have headphones like this, which doesn't help.
Mm-hmm.
It might be partly these, but when I listen to the Smithereens in these headphones, it doesn't sound like that.
Okay.
You know. Let me just listen to a bit more of Nathan's vocal. It almost sounds like when I listen to it, it almost sounds like I'm listening to I'm listening to AM radio. That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
You know, if that's a good guide or not, I don't know, but it's like listening to AM radio.
Gotcha.
Where am I? I've lost it again. Cold in the daylight. There we go. Is this you singing a harmony?
It's both me and Carrie singing harmonies at different parts.
In the verse? Ba 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 ba.
Yeah, that's me in the first verse. She's in the second verse.
Right. The thing about it is that he, again, this is one of these funny things you're doing between the three different singers. You know, you've got you and him singing. You got him singing lead vocal with you singing a harmony to it in the first verse. Then in the second verse, it's just carried by itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a criticism. It's just an observation, you know.
Would it blend better if I sang a harmony behind her in the second verse?
It might. I would try it.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure if it's the right thing.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you've got the first verse with Nathan lead vocals, you harmonies. Second verse carried by itself.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's interesting that it's just her by itself. I'm not sure. I like the song a lot. I think it's great. That second chord in the chorus is brilliant.
Yeah, G to a B to a C.
What is it? What happens? It goes
G to a B to a C.
Can you just sing it? Just so I can hear it.
Yeah. How did she get so cold in the daylight?
Yeah, that third chord.
Yeah, that's the B. So G to E minor to a B to a C.
Yeah, that B's great How she gets cold in the daylight. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very Nathan.
Yeah. He's good at that, isn't he?
Yeah. Clever bastard.
Clever bastard. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So it's vocal, you know. I mean, it's kind of hard to comment on vocal in a way because it's mainly with harmonies.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll put it in his court. If he wants to recut any of his vocals, that would be okay with me. But
Yeah.
I want to try to cut a harmony with Carrie on that second verse to see if it sounds a little bit different. You know, it's kind of her introduction to the band because it'll be the very first thing that people hear from her. Be the very first time that anybody hears a female on the Simpletons record. So.
Yeah, but that's not a reason to have her by herself.
Yeah. All right.
You know, I mean, the other thing is how does your harmonies work with Carrie?
We're about to find out.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's good input. It's good input. We'll go
Yeah.
back to the drawing board next time we talk. Hopefully we'll have a next version of this. So
Yeah.
obviously I need to get it in the bag pretty quickly if we're going to do it for the February release. So
Yeah. But could you please try and send me a sort of a higher quality versions of these?
yeah.
You know, because I'm struggling with the sound. I'm struggling with. I'm struggling. I mean, maybe if it was in my studio, maybe it would be better. I don't know, but I'm kind of struggling with the sound. I'm trying to help, you know, with all this sonically, and sonically, what I'm getting, what I'm hearing, is not top quality. It sounds boxy and small.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
I just tried listening to Smithereens. I know it's the 80s or late 80s, whatever it is, and it's different and blah, blah, blah. But you try to go listen to Cutting Flowers and listen to the kind of the width of it, and it's not so full and everything, and so, you know, you can't compare it because it's, you know, more spacious in the sound. But I'd be interested to know if you're getting the boxiness that I'm getting, because when I listen to those two tracks separate, one of them is kind of like, I mean, I'm not a big fan of that song. I just picked that one because it had a bit of 12 string in it or something, arpeggio at the front. You know, A Girl Like You's too distorted. A Girl Like You's like really quite almost fuzzbox, that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so you can get an idea of what I'm hearing. But I mean, obviously, it might be because of these as well. I mean, but then again, I listened to Cut Like Flowers on this, and it didn't sound boxy.
Am I just compressing the shit out of it? Is that the problem?
Maybe you are. Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. All right. I'll take a listen. So.
Yeah, it needs to be sort of more open.
Yeah.
You know, more openness and more air. Needs more air in it.
Yeah. Sounds
like a transistor radio in a box.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. There are a lot of guitars eating up on that song specifically, eating up the sonic spectrum, you know. Because I've got a Gibson down here doing doing the bar chords at the bottom, just to kind of get the real big low end. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's a cool song. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. Good single. Really good single. Really good.
All right. Well, do you want to try to reschedule for some time? Maybe a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Let's have a look calendar. Well, I'm going to be in the studio in a couple of weeks with New Jersey Brian, working on a progressive religious project,
Yeah.
as you do. So we're on the same time, are we? But you're at work, right?
Yeah, it just depends on what day we go.
Well, what day are you not at work? Because, I'm hopefully going to be in the studio at 11 a.m. every morning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what day do you not go to? What day do you not go to the office?
Usually, often on Fridays I am not in the office. Would help if I looked at the correct.
Well, that works.
Um,
Friday works for me.
Maybe we could try something like, the 2 weeks from today is the 12th. That's the day I'm going to be actually in Dallas. So,
Oh,
yeah,
that's funny.
yeah, I'm going to be there from the 12th through the 14th. I don't know when would work for us to stop by and say hi, if that's still a possibility or what. But
Yeah, no, that's fine. That day's fine. You could drop by. When in the afternoon? You mean?
well, actually, we fly in Friday evening, so it might be more along the lines of sometime on Saturday afternoonish, or
Yeah,
either
that's all right.
Saturday morning or yeah. We could
Saturday afternoon would be good.
okay.
Saturday afternoon would be good because that'll be 2 days before we finish. That 13th, 14th. We'll be on sort of overdubs by then. We'll be past drums and guitars. We'll be doing gospel singers and cellos and keyboards and things like that by that point.
Yeah, Valley of Salt, right?
Yeah, Valley of Salt. That's right. Well, actually, Valley of Salt. The first one is John the Baptist. The second one is Saul, Paul.
One thing that might work is Monday the 15th, I'm off work.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
Okay, what time?
Brian leaves that day